Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream, cream and muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
So have you had those AU vodka drinks?
No.
They're like gold. They're like Charlie Sloth, the Radio 1 DJ. I didn't touch them for ages because I was like, this is just marketed shit.
Yeah. Does AU stand for anything?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's the correct name.
Oh.
The atomic symbol for gold.
The atomic symbol for gold.
Oh, right. Okay. I
Oh,
was.
so it's like gold vodka. Okay.
Yeah, but it's just in a trashy can. It's modern day WKD.
Great.
I drank 2 of them.
Uh-huh.
Unfucking believable.
Really?
Unfucking.
Did you just drink it neat, like what you're doing now?
Well, it's yeah, but it's not like, dude. It's like black grape vodka.
Yeah.
Oh, right, so
it's not this.
It's not that.
It's a pre-mixed, like a WKD VK, but in a can sort of thing. Or like, you know, you get the cocktails in a can.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that, but
300 calories a
That
can because
always-
of the sugar.
That always.
300 fucking calories a can.
That's 5 kilometers at a decent pace.
Yeah.
You have to run 5 kilometers to get rid of that drink.
just what sad math was that?
You know I run.
I know, but I didn't know you lived like that. I didn't know you looked
that
at.
was brutal
I
to
didn't know
see,
you
man.
looked at a fucking meal and went.
Is that bad?
7. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Man, you know when you're
That's
on
an eating disorder, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
like
that's
fucking-
an eating disorder.
I don't count them. I'm not doing that.
Just be bulimic
with my
and
life.
have some
I'm not
fucking
scanning me
positivity.
barcodes, which I'm not against, by the way. If people are counting their calories, that's a fucking good way of doing things. But I've been on the treadmill doing 5k enough times to know what that settles at.
But that
That
is-
number.
It's your resting rate will burn more calories anyway. But it is what those.
You were gutted by
It's
that.
just such. It was just
You were
such
wounded by
sad
it.
vegan math.
Yeah.
Like, and look, I don't.
It's more of an observation.
I hope it's more of an observation. I hope it's an
Like,
observation.
I reckon I've done
If it's-
5k on the treadmill well over 100 times.
If it's merely an observation, I don't have a problem with it. But it wasn't like pitched in that way. It was just pitched in the way of like that, like when people who are going through like weight change, not because they want to, but because they've like been fucking shamed into it.
What do you think? Do you think I look this class without calculations? Like, do you think this just happens overnight? You know, I think I've got a fucking notepad and pen out here and crunching numbers.
You
To
know,
look
there's
this
like
mint.
something under a Bunsen burner bubbling away as you're working out how many kilometers you have to run.
It's just it would be like I don't know what
I'm working out the triangle on a Toblerone to see how fucking much I'm getting. Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem.
It would be like looking at a line of coke and being like, that's going to add an extra 30 minutes to my wank and take an extra 2 hours off me sleep. And you're like, just do the line, you fucking prick.
Mate, I know your glasses aren't broken, but put sellotape on them. Put white sellotape on your glasses immediately.
Like, because don't get me wrong, I've got nothing wrong with people counting calories. I'm technically fucking
It's
fasting at the
a great way of doing
moment.
it. if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
I'm
losing
calorie
weight.
counting at the minute a little bit. I've fucked up the last 2 days.
Tell your belly.
That's why I'm doing it. Why have I come back on this fucking shit heap of a podcast?
Just to prove to our listeners that you're not a 50-year-old black girl.
You got to get one good camera and suddenly I'm brought back on. You see?
No, it does. Maybe it is worse for us now that it's on video because, like, but back before, you know, this was a liberal podcast or an unliberal podcast. Oh no, liberal because if people thought you were a black woman, that's way more diversity than we've had in the previous 7 years.
I love that we've like pitched this revamp of the studio as well. It's like now we're going to be getting new guests in because we're not ashamed of the place. And then the first guest we'll get back is our most common guest of all time, the one that made it into Pasco's book.
Oh yeah, what a book! What a book!
Well, yeah, I mean, you are common. Are we saying common or scummy? What's the
Me,
Yeah.
I'm fake scummy, but
Yeah, because you're
he's-
not anymore, but you were scummy.
Yeah.
I come from like earnest poverty. He comes from ironic poverty.
yeah. But
He like culturally appropriates poverty.
mine's like a bit.
Yeah.
But my dad did right. But my dad has the ability to lose all the money to a woman quite quickly, which is like, you know.
I can almost guarantee that that's going to be an inherited trait for you.
Yeah. Dude, the minute I make, because I'm starting to do all right. I started to put a bit of money away and stuff.
I know you're wearing Jordans. I can see.
Yeah. I'm starting to. No, I'm not putting it away. I don't know who I was lying to.
Hold on, Elliot, are you not wearing Jordans because the foot fetish guy give you Jordans for a picture of your feet?
Nah, there was that guy who sent me the Jordans.
Have we spoken about this on the
No.
podcast? May we talk about this?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so look, I am trying to be less of a bigoted, judgmental person.
Kink shamer.
Yeah, and anyone that's like listened to me on this podcast before knows how foot fetish. I'm not grossed out by feet. I've sucked toes in my life.
And I'm a 4.89 on Wiki Feet.
But
And that's better than my Uber rating.
But it wouldn't be as good as if you didn't take Ubers, because then you'd be walking everywhere.
It's a vicious cycle, isn't it?
Maybe your Uber rating's so low is because when you get in the back of it,
take pictures of my feet.
pictures of it and stick them onto Wiki Feet under an anonymous name.
Picture of every guy's wiki. You can see his feet, but then like a slightly perplexed Asian man driving.
Yeah, just a wiki. Yeah, that would be a very funny wiki feet. It's just your feet, like going over the shoulder of Uber drivers and taxi drivers, putting it on your OnlyFans, and then one day just putting it over a limo driver's shoulder. You're like, oh, la di da. So look, I find. I'm trying not to yuck someone else's fucking yum. Unless you're one of these freaks that dresses up like a baby, in which case you are a pedophile. You'll never convince me you're not a pedophile. You're a fucking pedo. If you fuck someone who dresses as a kid, you're also a pedo. Everyone involved in any baby shit, you're all fucking pedos.
Put schoolgirl costume in that bracket as well. You fucking weirdo. And also, if your porn channel is barely legal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, none of that. That's fucking.
I think you're allowed to do you're allowed to do barely legal up until like you're 21 or 22, surely.
Until you're if you're barely legal,
You can wank to barely legal.
but like even if that's like your search. Anyway, feet is not in that bracket.
No, feet is not.
But you feel like it's encroaching on that bracket.
No,
Is that
no,
how?
no,
Is that
no,
how you?
no, it
Foot
definitely
fetish dudes
isn't.
are weird. They're weird. They've got a thing about them. They make it their personality.
Yeah, and it's just a weird thing. And maybe it's because I am so, like, I'm not a sub in any way. Not necessarily I'm a dog, but I love my wife so much, more than I've loved, apart from my son, more than I've in my life. If she was like, I want to tie you to a bed, I'm like, go to a sex worker. You are under no circumstance are my hands going in a binding and fucking. If I'm not in control.
I heard
I'm
your
not
vows.
good.
Like I heard your vows. I'm sure she can find some small print in that. Like you're trying to make her happy. If that's what makes her happy, what you're saying, that's what you want, and you're never going to get that for the rest of your life.
No. Because if for fucking 5 years she hasn't been into that, and then she suddenly gets into it, I'm like, oh right, this is a new thing.
Would that be like a thing?
No, I wouldn't leave her, but I would.
You wouldn't be thrilled about it.
She could let me know how much it turned her on, and I would absolutely do it. And then with that, I would like bring out some of the stuff. I'm like, all right, well, I'm slightly into this then, and I was just going to save it for wanks. But now that you're making me do something I'm deeply uncomfortable with, I feel more comfortable making you do this thing that I thought would only exist in porn for me. Because I never wanted you to do this thing. Because the reason I like it is because when I'm drunk and I'm watching porn, sometimes I just like the degradation side of things. And the thing is, I don't want to degrade my wife. Right, I used to degrade her like a slut when we were just in a relationship. But there's
when she was just your ex-bird sister.
But there's just something I'm like, I don't know what happens when you have a kid together and you're married. I don't want to degrade my wife. I want to fucking champion my wife, support her.
Degrade everyone else's wife.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to get it back to the foot thing, but also be on the side of the foot people. How glad are you that society is set up for you not to be kink shamed, that you enjoy boobs? What the things children drink out of?
Oh, yeah, but it's not
the
like baby.
things set up for
It's
producing milk.
It's
like
not
you're not getting kink shamed on that because I love tits. Everybody, even like straight lasses love tits, man. Right?
But the reason we like tits is because most of us were fucking breastfed, so it's a psychological thing. Who, as a baby, was sucking
that
on
makes it even,
toes?
that makes it even weirder that it's psychologically to your mum.
But I got a theory on people with foot fetishes.
Yeah.
Do you know this little piggy went to the market? They were just like mad into that as a kid.
Aye.
You're laughing, but what theories have you got?
I don't know. What was the whole song again?
This little piggy went to the market. This little piggy stayed at home. This little piggy was a fucking slut, wasn't it? Piggy was a bad bitch.
This little piggy had done. And this little piggy went, wee, wee, all the way to the prostate.
Yeah, but like that's my theory on it. That there was just something within that they probably did that to a later developed stage, and that stayed with them.
I love the idea of your dad doing the Piggy thing, and instead of a pacifier dummy, you've got a ball gag.
And I've got lots of friends. Well, not lots of friends. I have some friends who are like into feet, and I know they're not like creeps or awful. I know a girl who's massively into feet, which I always find weird because it isn't. I'm going to say this, and this is probably wrong. I feel like 99% of foot fetishists are blokes.
Women just can't be out and proud about their fetishes. It's like when you. And it's the other way around as well, because it's like every time I used to have this, you'd get talking to a girl, and that whole thing that I think girls do this to make you feel like they're cool sometimes, is they'll be like, oh my God, I'd love to have a threesome. And then you start organising a threesome, and like they see that you have
Start paging your mates. They've got pages, especially for it. Hasn't been off in 6 years.
Let me go
Gotta
into
run. Just leaving the office.
Let me go into the general section of my Instagram comments and make this dream come true.
Why is there the silhouette of a goat up in the sky at night time? Oh my God, Elliot wants a threesome.
but like even like with another lad or a girl, and then like you sort of sit and they go like, but like sort of the same way that when I do it similar, but like a different way. Like when I meet a girl, I'm like, I'm into going to therapy. I'm going to sort myself out a little bit, and then you just don't, because you don't want to. You're just trying to impress someone. But I think girls get.
You try to impress them with therapy? Is that what the dating scene's like now?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Like,
man.
Yeah. Mental health's the new physically strong.
I don't think it. No. I don't think it's necessarily that they find like mental health like being strength and stuff. But I think it's like being accountable for your own emotions.
That's the new good wage.
Yeah.
Like over the generations, it's been like if you go way back, it's like probably physical ability to defend your family, and then if you go a little bit sooner, it's like being able to provide an income.
Are you talking about back when we fucking made real men? Back when men were men and women were sluts.
Oh, hold on.
And gay men were also sluts, but we just called them gay, and lesbians were only in porn, not on our streets.
Not driving our buses. Pass the job.
Yeah.
So like we talked about this last night. The dating scene, especially in London at the minute, is very peculiar because I kind of get elevated because of my job, and I play like top secret quite regularly. So I guess I just meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
You break the ice through your job.
Yeah. Literally that. And I go on stage and I play like the fucking chavvy lad a little bit, but also there's that slight intelligence, like a bit of emotion to it. Like it's not just it's not just, going up there colour by numbers stuff. It's like a little bit, but after you've met me 3 times, you realise that I'm a fucking mess.
But it didn't take me 3 times.
There is people
That's how you were introduced to me.
There's people who have just been listening to this podcast from this episode and they've only known you without meeting you for like 10 minutes. They already know. They already know.
And drinking vodka neat at 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah, great, so good.
But like a few of the girls that I always meet, they date a lot of like high-end finance guys, and then they end up, because they go like, I'm bored of this kind of dude, because they're quite...
How many fucking times can you go skydiving?
NPC sort of...
Dubai holders.
Yeah, they're just fucking jarring guys, and these girls, they have a bit about them. And they... Like the stories that I hear about these finance dudes are fucking insane.
What, as in like they're crazy or they're the dullest people alive?
They're the dullest people alive, because you think it's going to be like Wolf of Wall Street.
Of course.
You think you're going to be hanging out, because as bad as whatever his name is, whoever Leonardo DiCaprio plays in that film is.
Belfort. Vito Belfort. Vito.
Yeah.
After steroids were banned from the US,
Dad bod Belfort.
yeah. He started it with Overeem, I think.
Yeah.
And so, but they're just they're just like the most boring, went to public school, had to work hard to get this job at Deloitte or whatever it is they're working at because they've got rid of all the fun people. They got rid of all the fun cokeheads.
Yeah.
They got
because they were. I imagine those were the ones responsible for the last 3 banking crises.
Yeah, but dude,
And also, they were like never out of HR for the way they were with women, I imagine.
I know, and it's wrong.
But have you seen the sluts in HR?
That's why they're doing it.
I'm molesting chicks just to get in there.
I ain't Helen, darling.
Me again. Man, I just want to get someone to recommend me to go to HR. I've heard it's like VIP at the club. They've got no one to go to.
This is funny because my wife worked in HR.
Snitch.
Knock.
So, but yeah, they're like the dullest, like saddest cokeheads. And you think they're going to be the fun, you know. And as well, I think guys in that life, like, they just go get sex workers a lot because that's their therapy. Like, I know of dudes who are like 40 or 50 in that world who would just go get sex workers and then cry to them. Just sit there and cry to them because they have a wife, have a kid. They love their kids. They hate their wife. They're in this marriage. They've done everything that the British private education system has told them that they need
The
to do.
template life that they think they should be grateful for and should be grateful for.
Yeah, but marrying into marriage not because you love someone, but because they are from this dynasty. They are from. They also go to.
Oh yeah, I married an Oman. It's the political relations. Yeah,
country.
yeah. It's a
Okay,
it's a loveless marriage, just so like that. Britain and Oman can have good diplomacy.
And we sent you old Subaru Kai.
I was on Mitsubishis at the time. I'll have you know.
When you meet like the Omani diplomats and they're turning up in like Lamborghinis and that, and you're like, oh, hey, wait, mate, you gotta fucking put something louder on the exhaust there, man.
You know when I
turn up in a Lotus Elise because I know you used to own one. You fucking.
You know what the set of is, right? They called us into the embassy. And they went, Kai, I'm going to send you overseas. And I went, oh man. And then that's where the sent is.
Just put some money in the fucking jar,
Yeah,
right?
right. You understand I have to podcast with this cunt every fucking week, right?
Making us listen to that.
I know. Stopping the conversation. Stop. Ding, 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 ding. Excuse me, everyone.
Oh, like a father of the bride wedding speech.
Yeah.
Just-
Who takes a run up for a pun? Puns are slipped into conversation, right? So you can get away with them.
I had to think of the word embassy so I could do it. I was like, what's the name where your delegates go? What's the place? Embassy, and then anyway, they said, yeah, man.
Fucking hell.
Do a podcast with them every week, man. It's this.
But yeah, they're these guys. They're fucking dull. And then, I mean, just go hang out with them. But they've also got like high-end jobs. They're like lawyers working banking and stuff and all of this shit.
And don't they all want to be, regardless of their gender, people who are high up in like finance or high up in any sort of like big company, men and
corporate
women.
world.
Yeah, that's what the word I was looking for. Thank you. People who are high up in the corporate world, when they go to sex workers, men or women want to just be treated like shit.
Nah,
like
not all the
I know,
time.
not all the time. Because
all
I
the
know
time.
I've got a friend of a friend, and she is very, very high up in a company in like Australia, right? She's like one of the, if not VP.
She was just high up in Australia. she's like third in Australia, man.
She's just but in one of the fucking companies over there, and like strong fucking woman obviously has to be. She's in charge of all these fucking men all the time, keeps them in line. He's fucking, you know, trying to get is dealing with misogyny even at the fucking top and putting it out, and you know, and trying not. Just going through the whole fucking shit. Apparently, like, goes to sex workers because she can't be arsed having kids or a husband with her job or everything. So she gets her kicks by going to a sex worker, and it's just like treat me like absolute fucking dirt.
Kick me in the
Because
tits and that.
all I have is like all day men being like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. What would you like me to do, ma'am? I want you to.
Aye.
Which I think
Suck your finger and put it in me, yeah. Just stuff like that. Really degraded.
Fucking really using your imagination there.
When
I
Kaya,
don't think you just imagine women going there and like, no, a different hole.
No. Kai asked me what a blowjob was, and I said it resulted in a wet willy. And that's why.
You put money in a fucking jar as well.
I didn't stop the conversation for it.
That's not what the jar is. You've misjudged the jar.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon I could. I've tried a bit of sub stuff before. It's not.
How far did you go?
You tapped.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I lost the jiu-jitsu tournament. No, I had some I've had a bit of spit thrown in my face.
Yeah, thrown.
Overarm.
Well, I keep,
Your safe word.
I keep a bottle of it in the room.
Your safe words, bruv.
Yeah, I had a girl once slap me on the arse during sex and I stopped.
We were talking about this on the last podcast.
yes.
I stopped. I went, never fucking do that again. I once had a girl, we were both on separate nights out, did the like, hey, what you up to text? Got the hey, what you up to text? I went and met her and she had a night out on the gear. She was on the coke. Got back to mine. We're like making out and she bit through my lip.
Oh,
Bit through it.
nah.
And I
Not
was
like a bit of cannibalism there. No, not like the cannibalism.
I like
Crude.
Stop. Blood's pouring everywhere. This is during the Fringe several years ago as
Bloody hell,
well.
yeah.
So I've got to do a fucking show the next day.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? She freaked out, cried, and because she cried, I apologized. I was like, I'm sorry, I screamed when you bit through my lip.
But that's like what happens when a toddler hurts you. Like whenever Caleb, like, because he doesn't understand like pain in his own arms, and thing, he'll swing around occasionally and just catch you in the fucking eye or something.
And now that his teeth are coming through and he bites your lip, it really hurts. Doesn't it?
That's my fault for putting it in there. If he, whenever he fucking hits me with anything, like I'll go ow, and not like but I'll be like, ah, you fuck, and he'll start crying. It's like, Matt, come, don't gaslight me. You did this. Like I know you didn't fucking mean it, but I'm allowed to feel pain here.
Yeah, it's just, I think there's a thing where like it's some people's, I've noticed this a lot in both men and women. And I think one of the things that I used to do play a lot, because I date women, I would then just be like, well, that's just women. Like that's what they're like, because my only interaction was dating them. I didn't have to go through the atrocities that are dating men. Like whenever I was chatting to my friend.
Mind you, I don't hear gays complaining about dating men all the time.
Yeah, because they're fucking blokes. They push it down. They know how to deal with their feelings, you know? You push it down. Like, you push it down, kill yourself when you're 40. That's how it works. Like, fucking sitting on the sofa crying about it at the Notebook. Be a fucking man.
Tell your friends about it.
Yeah.
Like a girl.
Have you ever been in our WhatsApp group where someone's trying to emotionally open up and there's 6 hours of no one replying and someone being in Burnley fucked my accumulator there.
I was having an argument with all 9 of them in the football group one time, right? And I was just convinced I was right. I still am, right? But you know what I'm like? I'll not let go of something, even if I'm outnumbered. So I'm like doing my finances on one screen, right? And on the other screen is my WhatsApp, and I keep diving in and just keep explaining why I'm right, and I'm just fucking not letting go. They're past it, right? And they start talking about how I'm not in a good place at the minute, and like he's been acting a bit strange and all that, right? And like, I was in a fucking super good place in my life. Like everything's gone well, everything's gone nice. I'm just fucking floating around on life, right? Doing my finances, and I'm like, fuck, man, it's a good job I'm not. It's a good job I'm not down that. They're just slagging us off in front of us about us being on the fucking edge of fucking despair.
No, but I think that an important caveat here is about when we're talking about fucking men's mental health and stuff, right? Is whenever one of us puts something in the group, being like, oh, I'm having a fucking rough time with this, you will get skewered instantly, and it will be brought up for like 4 weeks of being like, he's still sad that his fucking grand's dead. But like, everyone DMs the person. Like, it's like publicly humiliate, privately console. Like, it would, because here, talking to other men about your feelings and what's going on in your brain is a really, really good thing. And I do think we could all, even in this group, we could all be fucking better at it. I tell you what's not fucking conducive to mental health: doing it with 5 blokes. Just all sit down. Hi guys, I'm having a really rough day. Man, we're out for a pint. What are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
Steve, the football's on.
Yeah.
We're all sad when the football's on.
Yeah, it's. But I'd say this. I've gone through a minute. I told the group about my dad's cancer. Everyone was like cracking jokes about that, and it was very cathartic. But the other one was, and I talked about it in my show, when I got the
If laughter's the best medicine, how come your dad still got cancer then?
because he's not a great comic.
Because he doesn't watch anyone else's set.
So, but I remember when I got kneed and balls at jiu-jitsu, left it 3 days, and then 3 days later I had to get surgery, which is the funniest fucking thing to go, because I went, I got really hurt at jiu-jitsu today, and no one gave a fuck. And then 3 days later being like,
I've got to have surgery.
lads,
And we were like,
I might lose a testicle here.
There's actually 3 days of fucking testicle jokes in the WhatsApp.
oh,
Like
yeah.
nobody actually like took a second to think if you were all right.
Yeah.
Everyone was
Mark
like, "Ooh,
Nelson went on
Formula
stage
comedy."
at Leighton Live and got 300 people to sing Elliot Steele's Only Got One Ball.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did that. That was like, no, that didn't even register.
Because you were in trouble? Yeah, no, that thing's still very good.
But that was that to me. Like when I walked out just as the place where they told it, I sat down, had a wobble, like Dave Goggins in me kicked in. Don't fucking cry. You know what I mean? Who's going to carry the boats? You got to fucking
Dave Goggins kicked in, so deny all PTSD.
Yeah. But you've got like you need to have guys like that. Yeah, man, because it's like every now and then.
All right, okay, I agree we need to have them. Do they need to be on Joe Rogan's podcast?
Yeah, because, you know, what are they going to go on the
To be
fucking
fair-
guilty feminist? What are they going to go on? Like,
He's reaching the people that need to hear it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
so was
I
that?
said if Dave Goggins goes on with that fucking mindset on Joe Rogan's podcast, he's reaching the people that needs to hear it.
Yeah.
Like you say, if he goes on the guilty feminist, like he's talking to the wrong audience.
Yeah, well, he's on there like, yeah, I used to be fat, I lost weight, and then, oh, body shamed.
You're beautiful there.
There we go. It really fucking is. Oh, just get us a 10 and I'll swap them over.
You're getting change.
Right, and I'll sit for the next one.
I want to get back to the guy buying your Jordans for your foot fetish. Well, I lead in with this story, right? That I've always loved getting my toes sucked. It feels sensational, right? I don't have a foot fetish.
I think I've just learned this about you. And here's the thing.
I don't have a foot fetish, but it gangs down my back. Like I feel it in my body if I get my toes sucked. Like it's a tingle sensation that like I can feel in my fucking genitals if you suck my toes. Well, like you do feel it in your body,
Oh no, we need to.
but you do feel it down your body. That's why you're ticklish in your feet. Because
Well, okay, so getting your toes sucked.
I can feel it through my body, and that's not like new. Like if someone tickles your feet, you don't just feel it only in your feet. Like it gangs up you, and that's why your body reacts in a kind of convulsing way. But if you're sucking it, that's like a kind of distilled version of that of being tickled, where it actually feels nice because it's not intrusive.
I just don't see a word. Like I understand what you're saying, but like if somebody tickles my feet, like I fucking convulse. I cannot
it's
imagine
torture.
Somebody sucking my toe. There is no way I am not accidentally knocking out all of her fucking
Right,
teeth.
yeah, so that's
just
when-
from a fucking boom.
So that's where
like an
Natalie's
accidental.
At. Natalie's at that. She like even touching her feet. Whereas I can like withstand a bit of tickling. I've got a good tolerance to it. So
Stop saying that like you're some IDF soldier who's to take it to. Hey, you don't understand my mentality, bro. I can take a bit of tickling. Shut the fuck
Guantanamo
up. You're
Bay.
not Navy SEAL.
Guantanamo Bay would have to think of different methods to get secrets out of me. Like, I wouldn't be singing like a canary. I'd just be like, ooh, I'd have a hard on.
You know there was one dude in Guantanamo Bay like, oh no, not me again. Oh no. Oh, don't.
I'm sorry. Do you both think Guantanamo Bay tickles as torture?
That was the joke.
Oh yeah,
That
they
was-
sit there and they go, don't make us bring the tickle monster in.
Wait, you guys have the tickle monster here. He's in America. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
You just see he walks in with a feather, and I'm like,
Milo, Troy Hawks.
some dude just smoking a cigarette after they've taken a bag off your head and goes, gotta see, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Oh, Gucci.
the armpits.
Fully expecting to stub a cigarette out in your eye, and he's like, "Oh, this little piggy went to market. Oh no, both of my weaknesses."
So, one time Natalie goes to us because I'd mentioned this to her and she's disgusted by it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of years into the relationship, totally that whole conversation is out of my mind completely. And I'm about to go for a shower before bed, and she just went, "Wash yourself thoroughly." And that was like class.
Took steel wool to his arsehole.
That is 100% what I did. Not even exaggerating. I was fucking legs out of me. He making a whistle. I was making me butthole whistle. I didn't even touch my feet. I was. I didn't fucking do
You're sitting in the shower and get it all out. It's just going over your feet, and you're like, no time to worry about that.
All the shit and blood that you're wiping from your arse just goes down your legs, ends up
between your toes.
between your toes and everything. You're like,
flavours it like a cornetto.
oh man. Oh, and cornetto.
Oh, nice. It's catching. It's contagious, isn't it?
I fucking hope not.
Puns are rubbing off on you. So I got me feet sucked once by my wife, never again.
Really?
Aye.
Yeah. I had my feet sucked once, but it wasn't like it didn't really do anything for me. It was like, you know, when a girl's about to give you head and she kisses there, and you've got to act like, I enjoy that. And
I like that, getting your like torso kissed. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
You're gay, bro. You're fucking gay.
Look, I'm trying not to be homophobic, but he's not wrong.
I don't care if Margot Robbie's doing that shit to you. That's fucking Batty, man. No. I would rather the video came out of me at an after party kissing a dude at the Fringe than a video of a girl kissing my sternum. I was like, no.
Right, if it balances it, I'm not that arsed about having a bath. I can live without having another bath for the rest of my
I
life.
love about a little scented candle in the bath. I put on some rain music to like meditation and that.
So,
Yeah.
here's where my hypocrisy fucking lies. Like, I mean, look, I have sucked toes. If the girl I banged in the past wanted me to suck their toes, I'm like, oh, you know, you're doing things to me that you probably don't. It isn't the sexiest for you, but you get off on it turning me on. I'll absolutely do that, right? Man, you and me, we're in the same boat. We both love rimming, right? We're rimmers. You a rimmer?
You look like a rimmer.
I've rimmed, I've skimmed, but I'm not. It's not.
It's when you take a wider circumference lick. Yeah. You're not battering it down
Like Saturn rather than Uranus.
I just take a stone and see how many bounces I can get it to do.
So I mean, I can't imagine Cara's going to be too happy with me telling this story. But so when we started shagging behind closed doors, nobody else could really know that we were banging, because we were like, oh, this will never, nobody's going to find out about this. We can do whatever we want. We were just like, let's just fuck each other rotten here on a regular basis. And that was when I was heavily into my ribbon. And Cara was like, I've never been rimmed, but if you're that into it, sure, right? Did it, and she was like, not really do much for me, but if that gets your rocks off back there, if you go nuts.
Did that make it better for you knowing that you were a first?
No, not really.
Nah.
You can't really claim I took someone's virginity because I'm the first person to eat their ass.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that she trusted me enough to like let her do that. Like, I think it takes a certain amount of trust to let somebody stick a tongue in your arse.
So you didn't feel anything more that it was new because she lied to you for nothing?
No. But there was like she always made it very sort of clear. She was like, I don't mind it, but it does not get me off. Doesn't turn me off, right? But it also doesn't turn me on heavily. And I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, and you know what I mean? Who's rimming for 5 minutes? You're in for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then you go elsewhere. One time I was rimming her when we were drunk. I looked up, and she was bent over, and I could see her shaking her head, just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
She's going to die, man.
She's like, oh, here he fucking goes. Right? And I laughed into her arsehole, which obviously then made her laugh, which made it sound
Made her head inflate.
like I'd used her like a laugh trumpet, right? And then we bagged for a bit, and then we finally, like after a year, decide that she's going to come to New York, and we're going to see if it could be a fucking real relationship. And we haven't seen each other in, I think at this point, like 2 months. This is even later. It's when we're together. I've just not seen her for 2 months. We're very much in love. We're not engaged yet, but I'm away for 2 months. It's the longest I've been. It's just before COVID, and she comes over and we get drunk, and later that night we're off to have sex, and I'm getting head, so I'm sort of, but like not lying down head, like I'm over her, like she's on her back, like head against the,
Like you're holding up the headboard.
yeah, and that sort of head, and it's great. I'm enjoying myself, and she starts
TripAdvisor.
going. She starts going down, like I'm like, oh great man, I love a good ball suck, that's great. And then she starts going further than that. And when I tell you, I jumped like a fucking cat landing on a counter with tinfoil. Man, when she got to about there, and I'm like, Cara, no. And she was like, really? Because she was going to rim me.
But why would you not want that?
I think my exact words to her, and you can ask, I'm pretty sure my exact words to her were, there's no going back from this. like if you do this once to me, like you're going to find out how much I enjoy it, then it's going to have to be like a regular
Thing,
regular thing. And like,
So you stopped doing it?
yeah.
So she's never rimmed you because you were too worried about like being
Just
an
good.
addict? Because you were like the same way I don't do heroin.
No.
You're gonna have that thing that people like who are like they've cut out foods but have watched people eat food. You're gonna get people to come around and watch someone rim someone and just go, oh, I remember that.
It wasn't just so much that, it was more the fact that like I knew how sort of apathetic she was to being rimmed, right? And if you don't like being rimmed, there's no way you like rimming someone else. So I'm just nah.
I don't know. I remember the first time I got rimmed. It was by some like.
So your dad got throat cancer? What's the male version of HPV?
Yeah, it was actually the night I met my ex-girlfriend, but I went home with someone else, and I met this girl, went out, we ended up hooking up. It was during the Fringe. Then I was like, it was like the cool kind of hookup where she was like, "Would you fuck off?" And I was like, "I would love to fuck off."
I didn't know that was not.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I went and did Late in Life, and then I met someone else, and it was the last night on the Fringe, and I like went back with this woman, and she was like in her 40s, but used to be a porn star. And she was going to me like, why don't you come back to mine? We'll like do a load of gear. I've got like all these sex toys and stuff. And I'm not going to lie, what she was telling me, it sounded like something out of a Saw movie. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
just dildos on scale electrics. You're tied to the track, but not across it.
She just cycles in with circles on her cheeks.
I'm all embarrassed.
And yeah, and she rimmed it, and I was just there like, oh, like you said, like, yep, there's no, that's, the floodgates are open.
Yeah.
It's done.
I think I do think
I don't get this logic that like, can you not just get rimmed in a one-off? Like my foot sucking thing.
Why don't you do heroin once?
Yeah.
It's not the same as that.
It's just,
You're not going to be fucking jonesing for a rim and just like in the middle of the cinema, like, oh, wait, can we go to the toilet?
I'll suck your dick.
I'll suck your dick for a rim. I think it was. I don't know. Like maybe it's also because like I don't know if this is traditional for all relationships. I know it's very common in straight relationships, but I'm the pig, right? And she's the one that I drag down to my. I don't know. She likes being dragged down to my level.
You think she's prudish compared to you?
No, I don't think she's prudish compared to me at all. No, not at all. I just think the tradition, like it's like what we said the other week on the fucking podcast. We're talking about women come home from work or jogging, and men are like, "I'll still eat your pussy." Whereas if a man comes back from jiu-jitsu, women are like, "I ain't even kissing you until you fucking fully submerge it."
Yeah.
No, there's some girls out there. Like,
are there?
There's some girls out there like
Google it.
find out how near they are.
The website tells you they're all in our local area, Elliot.
Yeah, there's some
Every
girls.
time I wang now, it says horny milfs in your area. I go over and I slap Cat across the back of the head. I'm like, who did you tell? Who are you horny for? What are you doing? The computer just said you're horny. What the fuck?
We live in a remote location. The only place I get is not killing.
People back in the day having to walk up a hill to see if there's any local horny
Local
women.
milfs,
Like, can't see them.
Yeah, they're going through the street with a bell. Bring out your milfs. Bring out your milfs. yourselves.
I'm just looking through the yellow pages. There's gonna be
Mitchell, Milton, Milf.
but when I put
Sussex.
but when I put up like a picture of that jiu-jitsu sign, I get more. The messages I get from that are from, because a fair few people who follow me on like Insta and stuff are like other martial artists and people quite higher up the food chain of martial arts than me. I'm just a hobbyist who does it. But like I've got a few like quite well-known pro people, so they'll like message me and I'll talk to them about it. There'll be like the odd girl who's like, oh, I think it's hot. And then a fair few gay dudes where it's like, you need to calm down there, son. Like you can't send me this message. Like
what?
Dude, just like you can't send another man a love heart eye emoji thing.
So it wasn't even like dead horny, it was just sweet.
Yeah, no,
Cute.
come
First
on,
of all,
bro.
I have a question. Was that person Dave Longley?
No, Longley sends me. Me and Longley will like chat about it, and then I'll bore Longley.
Yeah.
And then like his autism kicks in, and he goes somewhere
Oh,
else.
Dave Longley's been at it again. And
Well,
we
yeah.
need to tell the listeners.
Just to any new listeners that have decided to come in and join on Sloss and Humphries on the
and
Road
there's a fair
podcast.
few of you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, now that
really
we've-
all of your money's gone to charity.
Now that we've, upped the game a little bit, a very important bit of context that I think you all need and some rules I would like you to follow. There is a very, very funny comedian called Dave Longley who is just a vile troll in our comments on Instagram in the funniest way. It's what he does in comedy, it's what he does on Facebook, it's what he does to all of his fucking friends, which is
He dry as a bone. He doesn't care that he loses like 99% of the room just to make 1% of you laugh. I want you to be part of the 1% that's in on the joke.
Dave Longley, despite what he will fucking tell you, is an incredibly liberal man. An incredibly liberal, left-leaning man.
But he loves stirring up the left.
Yeah, he hates left-wing people and he hates fucking liberals. And all he does under our posts on Instagram is just antagonize people. He pretends to be an obstetrician who is incredibly misogynistic to all of the weak women who cry during birth.
I'm mourning during childbirth.
Yeah. And it's the funny, and it does us huge favors because every time he comments underneath, and because he gets all this engagement, the
And
clip,
one or two of you might have been suckered in. You might be finding out about this now, and you're like, "Oh, damn it, I got baited." Don't be afraid. Like a lot of people got baited by it.
but you've got to let the bait keep happening. Don't like his comments. Don't reply if you don't know. Just let the cunt fish.
Yeah.
Because he's so good at
He
it.
catches some big ones, and it really, really drives engagement on the posts.
Man, I get so many messages from like friends who don't even listen to our podcast, but are like, Longley's having a great day today.
Your mum didn't click on straight away what he was doing. You got a message going, "This Dave Longley's a wanker," and you're like, "Oh, mum, listen to this. Listen to this. Wait for the bigger picture."
To get back to the point that started all of this, I don't know how much you took advantage of it, but a man messaged you.
Yeah, because he was like, he loves that I'm an alpha, genuinely.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was like, just because if you look at my content, I'm not an alpha, but if you look at my,
You don't think you're
an alpha?
usually an alpha when you're not on this podcast?
fuck yeah, bro, I'll beat the fuck out of most of these fucking cucks doing comedy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Being an alpha in comedy isn't
Yeah.
not
I think
hard,
being
but-
good at football and comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, if you can bench press over 40 kg, you're an alpha in comedy.
I couldn't
like-
believe it when I had like games of football for the comedians. I went from being like one of the like least good out of me Geordie mates.
Oh, but
to
there's
being
a,
one of the best in stand up.
there's a comedians football that happens in Shoreditch on a Sunday, and the level is good. And there's been like fights kick off. Like it's been like I've been there, and it's been like
class.
fights.
yeah, man. There was one I wasn't there for, but I got told about that 11 asides never allowed to happen again because it like all kicked off. And then
What do they do? Like start clicking like the sharks and the
no,
jets?
I tell you what, it's the standard is good. Everyone has sound. What
Fucking
it-
Tim Key writing a poem angrily about
No,
you.
it's not that one. That's Tuesday football, and that is a sacred bastion of like.
James Acaster running up Ian Smith.
No, no, hold on, dude. I will not have a bad word said about Tuesday football. That place is a.
Oh, I
fucking-
thought you were about to say, I'll not have a bad word said about James Acaster. And I was like, get off the fucking podcast.
In my head I was like, it's better be Ian Smith.
Listen, man, I ain't trying to end up in another book. The Sunday one's a little bit, but yeah, this guy messaged me. A pay pig, I believe he is called.
Pay pig.
A pay pig.
Elaborate, please.
Like a
So-
horny,
It's a pay pig.
horny little pig that pays money for dirt.
Yeah, but like,
I'm sorry, just for me. Can we just get a clip of that? Just that single one sentence,
It's mad-
and just Kai's face, just him saying, "A dirty little pig that pays for dirt." if I could just have that as like a reaction meme or a reaction gif, even just a little audio clip, that would make me very, very happy.
Just a ringtone.
Just a little dirty pig who likes. I can't even remember the quote.
It's all right. Hold on. Bar.
Elaborate, please.
Like a
So
horny,
a pay pig.
horny little pig that pays money for dirt.
Matthew edits.
so he like messaged me. He's going like, "Oh, I love you, Alpha." It's like one of those, a fucking foot person as well. He'll probably watch this. He'll be into that. I can cunt him off. Like,
Yeah.
He was like, "Look, man, if you send me a picture of your feet,
Yeah.
just show us what you want us to buy." And I was like,
You're like,
I was like,
blank check. You don't want to overreach.
You put it in the group and
You
you,
don't
were
wanna
like,
go
I'm
too
not
low.
going to do this. And I was like, absolutely fucking do it. If this guy.
They Scott Gibson and send pictures of other people's feet.
Alrighty then. Leave it in.
"Okay, nah, that's, yeah." So, so he said like, what a few people like. It's very funny because all my white friends were like, "Yeah," and all my black friends were like, "I don't know if we can hang out if you do this."
But you were like, but guys, Jordans. I'll ask for Jordans.
and then, yo, send my feet, bro.
I don't know if he wants size 24. I think he likes my dainty little white alpha feet.
Suddenly, I have a dream that my feet will one day get me Jordans. No, and then Pedro, he says Jordans, and then he was like,
Hold on, how did you do the trade now? Like, did you just send the feet and just go, I hope I haven't been bumped?
So yeah, this guy messaged me, like he wanted me to send him a picture of his feet. So I did it. He sent me Jordans. He also went to me, I'll send you like a bit of money if you send me like some homophobic comments or something. And I was like, bro, you beat me at FIFA and I will give you homophobic comments. Hey man, it slips out. I don't like myself for it. But I got the Jordans and like I was thrilled. But yeah, he sent me like a bit of money and stuff. But
Fucking man, fair play, reclaim it. Like, women championing each other for this shit, so I'm all about it.
hey, I just want to say, as a proud sex worker, Sarah Pascoe, I think the comments that you've made about our community
Derogatory.
are
at best.
derogatory. And as someone who yourself has never done sex work, you don't know what we, the sex workers, go through on a day-to-day basis. It's not all survival sex work. It's not young
Some
people-
of it's for shoes.
Thanks for opening up about it, man.
It's been a tough road, and it's been hard to speak about.
It's a tough run and some fucking good ass shoes, though.
There's a documentary coming out about it. For some reason, you're fucking on it.
Man, if you know anything about my career, it's I love getting paid to snitch.
I'd love
Take a sniff, dog.
Are you going to on next year's tour poster have as seen on Netflix and Dispatches?
But, no, because here's the fucking difference. I got paid for Netflix. The amount of right-wing fucking lunatics who've made be like, how much money did you get for that? I'm like, a Channel 4 rape documentary? Do you think, first of all, do you think documentaries pay money? Like, do you genuinely believe in the world?
In an expose.
Yeah, in an expose, they're like, yeah, come and say stuff. Nobody gets paid in fucking documentaries.
You wouldn't have been the only person snitching about
I love the idea that
I passed the jar for us even count.
I love the idea that
Put a tenner in.
there's an agent there going, how much? Nah. You're not able to get McIntyre for that. You can get Sloss. Like that's fucking insane. But the conspiracy.
Or you could get Nish Kumar. Oh no, he's too scared. Oh, James A. Castle, oh, he's too scared.
Hey, you leave my football team alone. We're a band of brothers.
Fine, man. I can't believe you play with women. It's the most progressive thing I've seen you fucking do.
Yeah, well, you know, I like to be able to body someone off the ball. You know when...
As the only actual male feminist on the UK comedy scene, I can say all of this.
I think anybody who wears a t-shirt saying this is what a feminist looks like is hiding in plain sight.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's... Yeah.
That's a red flag if I see that.
Yeah. It's like fucking putting a blue badge on your car just to get close to parking, isn't it? Like, what are you doing that for? Like, it's just fucking gross.
Also, I've said this before, as somebody who had a disabled sister, right, and we got closer parking all the time, they don't need closer parking. They're always on wheels. Like, yeah, man, you could have had it. When Josie was around, you could have had us parking at the fucking back of the car
As long
park.
as it was wide parking for getting the chair down the side of the vehicle. So the main part of the need in the disabled space is the space, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying the proximity is just a nice privilege to give somebody that's got a lot on their
That
plate.
is me very specifically talking about disability, where it's like people getting into wheelchairs. Of course, there are people who use the handicap spaces because they've got other body issues where they're still able to walk
with a stick.
So, you get it, being progressive. Are they all dead?
I thought you were talking about something else there.
The disabled.
Are they all dead?
What has happened during the recording of this podcast?
one of the cameras overheated. Dead.
You have to get
I have to get a taxi to go to some place in the Lake District.
Yeah, so
I
do you
don't
Plug
have
know.
something down the lens of that camera.
BTEC Philosophers is back. I'm going on tour. The dates will be announced soon. My social media is taken off at the minute. Please follow me on Instagram. You can on Twitter, but Twitter is a hellhole. So,
and if you want to see his stinky feet, all you have to do is buy him a pair of Jordan 3s.
Genuinely, I'm making a bit of money now. Force. But yeah, it was lovely to be back, man. It's lovely to see you both.
Thanks for being the
thank
first
you,
guest on the
Elliot
new fucking Pile of Shit podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right.
There we go.